Imagine waking up every morning with your thoughts already racing ahead of you. Worries about money, arguments from yesterday, fears about what might go wrong today. Before your feet even touch the floor, your mind has taken the wheel. It decides how you feel, how you act, and how your entire day unfolds. This is the reality for most people. But the ancient Stoics knew a different path. They taught that you must control your mind, or it will control you. The core idea is simple yet powerful. You do not control the events that happen around you. Traffic jams, rude comments, unexpected setbacks, these things come whether you like it or not. What you do control is your mind, your judgments, your reactions, and the meaning you assign to everything. When you master this, you gain true freedom. When you ignore it, you become a slave to every passing impulse and emotion. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who ruled during difficult times, wrote in his personal meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He faced wars, plagues, and betrayals, yet he remained steady because he refused to let external chaos dictate his inner world. His secret was daily mental discipline. He reminded himself constantly that his thoughts were his own territory to guard and shape. Epictetus, who was born a slave and later became one of the most respected teachers of his time, put it even more bluntly. He said that some things are up to us, and others are not. Our opinions, desires, aversions, and actions are within our power. Everything else, wealth, reputation, health, even our bodies to a large extent, is not. Most suffering comes from confusing the two. We waste energy trying to control what we cannot, while neglecting what we can. Seneca, the wealthy advisor to emperors, warned about the dangers of an untrained mind. He observed how people chase pleasure, fame, and possessions only to find themselves more anxious and empty. The mind that is not disciplined becomes restless. It jumps from one craving to another, never satisfied. But when you train it to focus on virtue, reason, and what is truly good, peace follows naturally. Think about your own life for a moment. How many times has anger taken over and made you say things you regret? How often has fear stopped you from taking a chance that could have changed everything? These are not just random feelings. They are the result of unchecked thoughts. A single negative idea can snowball into hours or days of misery if you let it. The Stoics taught that you can interrupt this process. You can question the thought before it takes root. One practical way to start is through the practice of morning reflection. Before the day begins, sit quietly and remind yourself, today I may face challenges, but I will choose my response. I will not let insults or failures define me. I will focus on doing what is right, regardless of the outcome. This simple habit builds mental resilience over time. It turns you from a reactive person into a deliberate one. In the evening, review your day without harsh judgment. What thoughts pulled you off course? Where did you let emotions lead instead of reason? This nightly examination, practiced by Marcus Aurelius and others, helps you learn and improve. It prevents small mistakes from becoming habits. Over weeks and months, your mind becomes sharper, calmer, and more under your command. The dichotomy of control is one of the most transformative Stoic ideas for modern life. Draw a mental line. On one side, your thoughts, your effort, your character, your choices. On the other side, everything else. Pour all your energy into the first side. Accept the second side with grace. When you do this, anxiety drops dramatically. You stop worrying about things that were never yours to manage. Consider social media, for example. Endless scrolling, comparing yourself to others, getting angry at opinions you disagree with. These are classic ways the mind gets hijacked. A Stoic approach is to limit exposure and, more importantly, control how you interpret what you see. Someone's success does not diminish yours. A harsh comment reveals more about the speaker than about you. By reframing these inputs, you protect your peace. Fear is another area where the mind often runs wild. The Stoics used a practice called premeditatio malorum, premeditation of evils. They would imagine possible setbacks in advance, not to dwell on them, but to prepare mentally. This reduces the shock when difficulties arise. You realize that even the worst outcomes are bearable if your mind is strong. Many people today call this mental rehearsal, and athletes, leaders, and performers use similar techniques to stay composed under pressure. Anger, too, can be tamed. Seneca wrote an entire essay on it. He noted that anger often starts with a small spark of irritation that we choose to fan into flames. Instead, pause. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Will getting angry change the situation for the better? Usually the answer is no. By creating that small gap between stimulus and response, you regain control. Gratitude is a powerful counter to a wandering mind. The Stoics encouraged focusing on what you already have rather than what you lack. Marcus Aurelius would list the people and things he was thankful for, even in the midst of hardship. This shifts your attention from scarcity to abundance. It trains the mind to see opportunities instead of obstacles. Discipline in small things builds the foundation for larger victories. Start with simple habits: waking up at a consistent time, limiting mindless distractions, speaking less and listening more. Each time you choose the harder right over the easier wrong, you strengthen your mental muscles. Epictetus compared this to training the body. Just as repeated exercise makes you physically stronger, repeated self-control makes your mind unbreakable. In relationships, controlling your mind changes everything. Instead of reacting defensively to criticism, you can listen calmly and respond thoughtfully. Instead of demanding that others behave a certain way, you focus on being the best version of yourself. This reduces conflict and builds deeper connections. People are drawn to those who remain steady amid storms. For your career and goals, the same principle applies. Setbacks are inevitable. Projects fail, opportunities disappear, competition is fierce. The untrained mind sees these as proof of failure and gives up. The Stoic mind sees them as lessons or tests of character. You keep showing up, adjusting your approach, and maintaining effort. Progress comes not from perfect conditions but from a mind that refuses to quit. Health challenges test this philosophy deeply. Pain, illness, or aging can feel overwhelming. Yet Stoics like Seneca, who suffered from asthma and other ailments, chose to focus on what they could still do, think clearly, act with virtue, help others. They found meaning even in limitation. Modern research on mindset echoes this. People who view difficulties as temporary and controllable often recover better and live more fulfilling lives. One of the most freeing Stoic concepts is amor fati, love of fate. It means embracing whatever happens as necessary for your growth. Instead of resisting reality, you say yes to it. This does not mean passivity. It means accepting the present moment fully so you can respond effectively. When you fight what is, you waste energy. When you accept it, you free that energy for constructive action. Living with memento mori in mind also sharpens focus. Remembering that life is short and death is certain helps you stop wasting time on trivial matters. It encourages you to prioritize what truly matters: being a good person, building meaningful relationships, pursuing excellence. The mind that contemplates its own end becomes less distracted by petty concerns. To make these ideas practical, try this daily routine. In the morning, read or recall one Stoic principle. Throughout the day, pause when you feel a strong emotion rising and ask, what thought is causing this? Is it true? Is it helpful? In the evening, journal briefly about where you succeeded in controlling your mind and where you can improve. Consistency is key. These small practices compound into profound change. Many people today feel overwhelmed by information, stress, and uncertainty. Stoicism offers a timeless antidote. It does not promise an easy life, but it promises a strong mind capable of navigating any life. By taking responsibility for your thoughts, you reclaim your power. As you apply these lessons, you will notice shifts. Less rumination. More presence. Greater resilience. Better decisions. People around you may comment on your calm demeanor. Opportunities may appear because you are no longer clouded by unnecessary worry. This is the quiet power of a controlled mind. The journey is ongoing. Even the great Stoics struggled at times. What mattered was their commitment to return to reason again and again. You can do the same. Start today. Choose one area where your mind has been controlling you, perhaps procrastination, jealousy, or fear, and begin reframing it with Stoic wisdom. Remember, true freedom is not about controlling the world. It is about mastering yourself. When your mind is yours, everything else falls into perspective. If you found value in this Stoic lesson on controlling your mind, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. These principles have the power to transform lives when put into practice. To get more powerful Stoic lessons like this one, practical wisdom for building mental strength, resilience, and inner peace, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now and turn on notifications. Joining our growing community means you will never miss the tools you need to live with greater control and purpose. Thousands of viewers are already applying these ideas and seeing real results in their daily lives. Come be part of it. Subscribe today and start taking control of your mind before it controls you. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay stoic, and remember, control your mind, and you control your life. See you in the next video.